Hello dear traders, welcome. Here we go, look at that. As predicted, Australian dollar came up against the shorties, took the MTS. Classical setup, easy to trade. But in this video I would like to talk about something general, a topic I haven't commented on a lot to date, namely about scalability. Somebody was asking me, Jamal, what happens if too many people would actually trade the market causality approach, the MCA, and what would happen? And to make a long story short, first of all, allow me to explain, the causality is the only approach which is scalable. Okay, because if you trade on the opposite side of the dumb money, you can actually trade quite big without running into problems. However, there is no unlimited scalability in Forex. That means there is a certain threshold after which indeed the amount of dumb money traders would suddenly change. Okay, and let me elaborate a bit on that. It's quite complicated. So in Forex in general, firstly, the scalability is limited. There are certain values. If you go beyond a certain amount of lots for a trade, you will not only influence the market by becoming the dumb money, but you will also be actually detected and even tracked by the smart money, believe it or not. That's one of the reasons why there are no big hedge funds anymore which are focused on FX only. Yeah, remember what happened to FX Concepts and John Taylor. So there, you have to understand, trading a few million on an account is no problem whatsoever. Okay, so you can without any issues trade a few million, even with moderate leverage. Okay, you will not be affected by that. You will be able to scale your strategy. However, if you trade a very big account, such as a few hundred million, there is a certain threshold whereby you are not able to scale anymore without changing certain things. And I will not explain more in this video, because for most of you it's not even relevant. And this is very exclusive information, as you can imagine. This is information based on first-hand experience. And there are certain parties who are keen on this kind of information also. But so understand, you can trade a few million, no problem at all. If you trade a very, very big account, a few hundred million, it's a different story. At some point, things change. So that's the reason why for any corporate client, we request a form to be filled out where the corporate client states their assets under management. Because as you can imagine, I do not want a scenario where big funds or whatever are trading the causality and pushing everybody away. Yeah, I could have a few hundred clients without any problems, retail clients, that's no problem at all, few thousand even, okay, nothing will change. But if several big trading accounts would suddenly use the MCA, at some point, if they place similar trades in the market, things would actually change. Now, the amount for that scenario is very, very high, and I don't think this will be an issue, but that's the reason why I'm a little bit careful regarding who actually uses our tools. Yes, because we do not want to kill our own trading strategy. As simple as that. We have no interest in that. Now, I should say, what happens if the MCA principles become more and more popular? What will happen then? Well, in theory, the dump money tolerance could change. That's one thing. But generally speaking, you do not need to worry about any of that. Okay. First of all, within the market causality, there are different setups. One can trade towards the MTS. One can trade a post-MTS scenario. One can trade squeezes. One can trade 4-hour reversals. One can trade OST runs. Okay, order gap zones. There are so many different setups that MCA traders are not all trading the same. That's for starters. Okay? Secondly, MCA traders are active on different time frames. So some people trade the M30, the 1 hour, other people trade the day chart, 4 hour chart. So there's also variety in that context. So that's basically the situation, okay? In general, any forex strategy is not very scalable. The most scalable strategies are the MCA approach strategies, okay? The market causality. Even within that, there will be some threshold which is very, very big. But of course, I have an eye on that. However, I assume that within the next years, nothing will change. The market causality will just unfold as we know it. And even in case we would suddenly have a lot of MCA traders, and this would become more and more popular, that as such is not a problem. What could be a problem is if suddenly, for whatever reason, some very big hedge funds become aware of the MCA and then try to trade certain things with a lot of capital and leverage behind them. In such a scenario, things would be different, but I do not see that happening anytime soon. All the best.